Alright guys, well we got more trim time going on. We're going to start at about 8 and leave a little bit of wane on there. So I'm 8 on the gauge. Let's see what we got here. We can go through a quiet speed. Then with my laser, my yellow laser, you see that we're 6.5, 7, and we'll just take it at 7. That's what I was trying to say a little bit ago. The bark is round, so if you're flipping on one side, you got good wood. If you flip it on this side, you're still going to get some bark or wane or whatever you want to call it. So your distance here, but if depends on what you're doing, you might be able to leave a little on there. The board will be good on the other side. I don't really care. So we're going to go at 6. See if I can snap that off. The next one. We got a straight edge on both sides, so we can measure off of that and cut out the wane on it. My yellow laser out. Here we are. Taking it 8 3/4. Taking it 8 3/4 because we got to get a little bit off the other side. Then we'll take it at 9. Let me take it at 9. I can always take another little bit off. Got a little bit of a rot situation here. Take I'll have to look what that looks like on it. Then I'll get a pretty decent 8-inch board out of it. And when I flip it out like that, the dog holds it out, so I gotta go re-dog it. We will take it at 8. Gonna break off of that knot. It didn't. Yeah, it did. It caused problems, so it's easier to just get it off now. See that piece hanging down? This is again where I put it right on the, see the end of the bed right there? That should be just about the end of the bed down here. See it? Then I know that this is pretty straight. So that goes in quite a bit. So if I measure with my laser, yellow laser, so I'll go 10 inches on it. And see how clean it gets. I can always take a little more. So up here, hard to measure until you have one flat side on it. Guess I didn't measure right. If the wing comes down that far, that's almost up, and I'll take another ½ inch or so. Now I get my laser out again. 6 inches, about all you can get down here. You get up to 8. But it won't even have all that board up there at 8. And I don't really care, so I'm just gonna take 6 inches. But I gotta flip it over. That means you're going back in your trap, but I don't know where the, remember I was telling you about how to have it in time? There you go. Pretty close to 6 if I got my saw gauge back in proper working spot. Let's see what my close. I don't know whether you can see it or not. Close enough for me. Whoa, getting dizzy there. Woo. Looks like it's about maybe a 32nd of an inch under. It would probably, I'm sawing at a slow RPM, so that makes a difference. It kind of pulls a little more off. I gotta flip it over. Get my laser out. I need to go to about 10 and a half. Gotta get up over here. 10 and a half. Close enough. It's rough cut lumber. Should clean up pretty good. Almost like I planned it. Now I might get a little wider one out of this one. Might get a 7. Gotta get this laser out. Yeah, I'm gonna try a 7. See what it looks like. Gotta flip it over again. Here. I'm at 7. A little bit of wane. You can always tell it's wane on pine because it's furry. That little bit won't hurt nothing. So, clean up, stack up. Measure up. Shut up. I am done sawing pine for a while. I'm moving into poplar before the bugs get into it. So that's what I've got out of whatever. One to push back. Another thing, when you're cutting these little boards on these mills, you gotta wait till when you're doing small trims, yeah, that could still hurt you real bad. It needs sharpening. She's not cat paw sharp. If you got a small one, once it comes out to here, sometimes it'll go underneath this. So you got to watch out for that a little bit. Normally it doesn't take me that long to trim, but especially 4 boards, 15 minutes. Boy, I would never make any money at that. Not that I'm making any money anyway, but making a video takes a lot longer to do any work. So keep that in mind when you're saying, man, that took a long time. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by. I got my good glasses on, which I was a good boy. I got my goofy hat on that keeps the sawdust from going down my back. And now I'm gonna think about stacking all this wood up in there. So if I get it done, I'll reshoot or reissue a video or make some more. So thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later now. Bye-bye. Hi guys. Welcome to Freaking Jeep. My name's John, and today I'm going to make another mess because I'm always making messes. That's the only thing I excel in. Anyhow, thank you for all the new viewers been stopping by. I appreciate it, and the like and subscribes and jabbering with some of them. I got a couple quick videos I'll probably put in here. Today is Wednesday. Anyhow, got a couple hours of mowing in yesterday. Had to go to the dentist yesterday. Had a tooth hurty. Couldn't find anything wrong with it. You just couldn't find any cavities. Couldn't find anything, which was good because I hadn't been to the dentist since 21, so it's been quite a few years. But what he thought was the jaw changed position a little bit, and the one tooth was on this side here lower was taking all the things, so he ground it down just a little bit to make it more all hit instead of just one. So he said it's kind of like poking something, so maybe that's what it was. It wasn't bad anyway, it's just a little annoying. So today's kind of being an oil change day, I think, which is not something that I do very regular around here. I wish I was better at it like I watch a lot of people, but just ain't that way. It's been 2 years since I changed the oil in the Bobcat, but only 100 hours, which they say you could go 200 hours, but anyhow, I'm 8 hours past what I like to do it, so I'm doing it. So anyhow, it's kind of a mess, and I've warmed them up a little bit. They take a long time because they have remote fills. In other words, this goes back in the oil pan, and I guess I should have a rag there. I'll go get a dirty rag to wipe it off a little bit. Not that that really makes a whole lot of difference at this point. Of course, I don't have a dirty rag over here. This one's not too bad, actually. As usual, I'm prepared. I do not have an oil filter for it, so I'm going to have to probably go into town and get an oil filter. Very overcast today, and it's starting to think about raining. I don't know. It might do that. It's done it. It did it last night again. I got some mowing in between, mowing and weed whipping in between rainstorms. I didn't do a very good job of keeping the dirt out of there. Anyhow, let's see if I can get this off. I got my exact size wrench here. Looks like they tightened the heck out of it, and I don't know which way's tightened and which way's loosened. Oh my God! The last time that was done was at the dealer. I had to take it in for something else. I don't remember what. But oh my goodness! I'll bring you back in a minute. Well, you can watch the battle. I don't care. It ain't never going to come loose, that's for sure. I might have to go get the right size wrenches for it. I'm pretty sure this one here goes down. I don't know that righty-lighty-ready loosey stuff. There it goes. Guess I had to get a better angle on it. And I'll just let this drain for a long time, because like I said, it comes out. Now I've warmed it up. You can see how slow it comes out. There's quite a bit in these. This is oil cooled. Boy, it looks black as coal, doesn't it? Oh well. It'll get new. Even as soon as you change the oil on this thing, there's so much oil probably left in there that it looks black right after you change it anyway. And oil's gotten very expensive. My goodness. I also got to get this off so I can read the numbers, because I can't read the numbers, and I didn't bring a wrench, so that'll be back. So while this is draining, tell you what we're going to do. I'll let that drain. It'll probably drain oh, it might be hours before I get oil back in it. Like I said, I got to go to town and get a filter. And if they don't have a filter in town, I got to run to the next town over and get one. This thing is at its oil change time too. It's I change it every 100 hours. That's kind of, it's easy on the hour meter, easier on my little brain to do that. And this one also has a remote oil fill. And I think I got an oil filter for this one. But like I said, the oil comes out of these so slow, I can't get on there. Like I said, I'm always prepared. I don't even know what I did. I left my rag over there. Left my rag in San Francisco. Let me see if I got a right size wrench for that. Don't know whether it's American or metric. But let's see, I got a 3/4 here and a 5/8. I think one of those should be it. I'll bring a couple of them and see how close I'm getting. Oh, the sun made it out. The sun made it out. That's unbelievable. This is, see, there's one in here. Now that's smaller than, that's 5/8. It's smaller than 5/8. This is another 5/8. See if it's smaller than that 5/8. My goodness, that must be like 9/16. Let me see what the big one here is. That's a weird, it might be metric. I'll leave those two there just in case I want to retry to see they don't fit again. Alright, let's see what we got over here. We have a 5/8, which I had over there. There's another 3/4. I got a 11/16. Let's see if we hit good with 11/16. And how about a 9/16? Now, if I was smart, and sometimes I do it, I probably wrote it on the side there. Oh, there it is. Look. I'm not even that smart to look at it. 9/16, 11/16. I wrote it there. It's tough. You know, I didn't even see it. I used the not quite so ornery as the last one. It's brass. It's put in there pretty good. I'll probably drop it in the oil pan. See how slow that's coming out of there? So I'll just let that run for all day. It doesn't really make any difference. There's breathers in this thing, so it doesn't make much difference whether you open the top of the oil thing. Now I got oil over me. I gotta go get that rag over here. Now if I was a real good operator, I'd do a fast forward of this and let you watch the oil drain out all day. Here's my oil pan. It's just an oil, just a 2.5 gallon jug that I cut the side out of. The other one's got a legit oil pan, but you can see how slow that comes out. And there's, you know, if I was smart enough to see that, it was kind of covered up with mud. Yeah, what a dummy. So we'll let that drain out, and I don't know how much this thing holds. I should have put that on there, how much it holds. But my drain jug there is just one of these 2.5 gallon jugs. Oil's that's $40 a jug now, so that's right expensive. Let's see how we're doing over here. Well, it's getting there. I got the machine tilted up a little bit. I don't know, it doesn't show angles very good, but it's tilted up, so hopefully it'll drain out. I'm going to go up and get a oil filter wrench to take that off, and an oil filter wrench to take that off, which is probably just a big vice grip on both of them. And I think I got a filter for this one. Anyway, that's what we're at. We'll bring you back a little later. Thanks for coming along. Well, here we are. It's about a half hour later. I did this, had to go get the thing. Now, I was smart enough, I don't know, JD 0 turn. And I did have so I got the filter off to get the number. And the number is that. And I did have one in stock. Look at that. I'm a good boy. But I didn't, this stuff's sliding around. I didn't remember that I had written on this, but I did find it. And with the right hoop-de-doo, it goes right in there and gets it. Now, you can't tell, but it's still draining, and it's been a half hour. So we'll let it drain for a little while longer. I didn't look to see how much it took. Takes it till you can reach the dipstick, I guess. Let's see how this thing's draining. Oh, we're still draining. I don't know if you can see that path right there, but we're still draining. We got about 1 inch in that pan so far. And I don't have that oil filter, so I'll call into Napa and see if they got one. Most of the time I get Bobcat ones, but I'm just not in that direction right now. It's kind of messy the way it goes all over the engine in here and over there. When it's finished dripping, I'll wipe it off the best I can. It's still running pretty good. I think this thing holds, it might hold 5 gallons of oil. I should look it up too. Should probably look at the air cleaner. Nah, we don't want to get too carried away. Should probably look at the air cleaner and this other thing too. Might do that. Might even get a grease gun out, but I don't want to get too carried away. I'll ruin my reputation. So that's where we're at. I'm going to go see who's got one of those oil filters for the Bobcat. We'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Hi guys, here we are at Metro Bobcat. I'm over here getting a filter for the Bobcat that I'm changing the oil in. Well, I bought 2, and I bought a fuel filter. Air filter didn't look too bad. But so we'll go over and look at some of the toys. I talked to him about, look at that, isn't that pretty? Talk to him about that. We are in Eldersburg, Maryland. Metro Bobcat has been treating me real good. And to give you an idea, they're not, sometimes you gotta check around for the cost of oil filters. I called Napa and say, how much is an oil filter for my thing? Well, it was $24. Over here it was $14. So, guess what? I save money by coming this way. And then I get to look at toys. Now I should take this home with me. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Should I trade in the toolcat and buy one of these? This must be super high pressure. It just looks awesome, doesn't it? Doesn't look like it's got a tilt blade though, or angle blade. Some of the little ones have angle blades. It might be an option. That thing is built heavy duty. Sorry about the noise and the traffic. We'll go up and look at a couple others, because it's always fun looking at new toys. Look at all the buckets. They have also an array of them over there and over there, but I think they've moved most of them to in here. National sales event. Stop by in today. Ooh, maybe it's on sale. Look at all those little Bobcats. Snowblower. Got a snowblower. Got 2 snowblowers. Maybe 3. How about a mower? Extra thumb. Look at the size of these buckets. Those are right good sized buckets for these machines. I was talking to him about renting a 50. Well, I was wanting 55. Uh-oh, there's one running over there. Smells terrible. They must dig septics with that. Here's a 60. I didn't even know they made a 60. That's about the size I'd want to get. Don't need much bigger than that. What is this one here? That's a 35. That's a little bit too small. 60s R2 series. Look at that. That's about the way to go. That's a little bit too small. 35. The 50. I was just talking to him. The 50. I don't know if this opens up. I don't need to open it up anyway. Got to have the thumb. Doesn't have an angle blade on it either. Huh. A lot of them do. What else we got up here? Look at all the toys. They got some orange toys up there. I don't know what that is. I guess these are some kind of special backing plate. I don't know what those are. Look at all of them. Don't need a new one of those. I like mine. Mine, the wheels turn and don't tear up the ground. But I like his 60. Maybe I ought to go in and find out how much that 60 is. Could probably almost trade even for that toolcat I got. Could probably trade even for that. But I'd have to find a new place to live, because I got a feeling Mrs. Frickin' Jeep would throw me out if I came back home with a new toy. This has got that. It's got to have another auxiliary on. Okay, there's another no, that goes to this. Yeah, that goes to that. That goes to that. Now why are there... No, that goes down to that to work that. So you almost need another set of auxiliary lines up here to run. I guess those are quick connections. I wonder why they're quick connections. Somebody have to explain that to me, but somebody knows. Quite well made. Oh, you know, I bet that's an extend-a-hoe. That's so big, I bet that's an extend-a-hoe. I guarantee you that's what that is. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, that looks solid there. Must come out from up there because you can see where it goes up and goes down. I think that's what that is. Anyway, used to go to this is a maybe Woodhounds or whatever candy store. Walking around a candy store. A lot of nice stuff. Yeah, the 60, maybe that's comes with an extend-a-hoe. I don't need anything that fancy, and that's probably a $10,000 option. We got a big lift thing there. Telehandler. I don't know if that's a telehandler or just a get way up high thing. USA buckets. All right, I'm going home and finish the oil change. Bye-bye.